Texas old man. Some waitress busting ass to some liquor.
Welcome, everyone. Join us today as we dive into the remarkable journey of Gary Rossington, founding member and guitarist of the legendary Southern rock band Lynyrd Skynyrd. So let's dive in. Gary Robert Rossington, born December 4th, 1951 in Jacksonville, Florida, in the United States of America, to parents John Robert and Margaret Bernice. Losing his father at a very young age deeply impacted Rossington, strengthening his bond with his mother, who became his anchor and source of support throughout his life. Rossington's childhood passion for baseball, with dreams of joining the New York Yankees, shifted when he discovered the Beatles and Rolling Stones during his early teenage years. Entranced by their music, Rossington redirected his focus from baseball to pursuing a career in music. Rossington embarked on his musical journey in 1964, scraping together funds from odd jobs like collecting Coke bottles and delivering newspapers. He purchased his first guitar, a Sears Silvertone, for $60. Rossington's passion for guitar ignited through his sister Carol's romance with Lloyd Phillips, lead guitarist of a prominent Jacksonville band. Phillips's virtuosity, particularly his mastery of solos in songs like Louie Louie and You Really Got Me, deeply impressed Rossington. During moments spent waiting for Carol before their dates, Phillips generously shared his guitar expertise with Rossington, laying the groundwork for his own musical journey. In the summer of 1964, fate intervened when Rossington, Ronnie Van Zant, and Bob Burns crossed paths on rival baseball teams. A chance jam session ensued after Burns suffered an injury from a ball hit by Van Zant. Setting up their gear in Burns's carport, they launched into the Rolling Stones' Time Is on My Side and were immediately captivated by the sound they created. The spark of musical chemistry ignited, leading to the formation of their band. Bassist Larry Junstrom completed the lineup, and soon after, guitarist Alan Collins was recruited, solidifying their musical brotherhood. Despite initial challenges, including noise complaints from Burns' parents, the band persisted, cycling through various names, including My Backyard, later changed to Conquer the Worm, then the Noble Five, before settling on the 1% by 1968. In 1969, the band underwent a pivotal transformation spurred by Van Zant's quest for a new band name. Frustrated by audience taunts questioning the band's talent with their band name The 1%, they sought a moniker that would redefine their identity. At Burns' suggestion, they settled on Lynyrd Skynyrd, a playful nod to a character from Alan Sherman's song Hello Mother, Hello Father, coupled with a cheeky tribute to their strict PE teacher, Lynyrd Skynyrd, known for enforcing the school's strict short hair policy. The distinctive spelling of Lynyrd Skynyrd emerged, solidifying their rebellious spirit and paving the way for their legendary journey in rock history by 1970. Rossington's upbringing in a single-parent household forged a close bond with Ronnie Van Zant, who assumed a fatherly role in his life. Van Zant, 3 years his senior, became a mentor, teaching Rossington and their bandmates fundamental life skills like driving and navigating adolescence. In a testament to their bond, Lacey Van Zant, patriarch of the Van Zant family, intervened on Rossington's behalf at Robert E. Lee High School. Explaining Rossington's fatherless upbringing and his band's financial contribution to his family, Lacey advocated for leniency regarding Rossington's suspension due to his long hair. Although the outcome of this plea remains unknown, Rossington later prioritized his music career by dropping out of high school to commit fully to Lynyrd Skynyrd. Years of relentless practice and performances paid dividends for Skynyrd as they solidified their sound and reputation. They navigated the circuit of notorious one-night gigs, a rite of passage for aspiring rock stars, eventually catching the attention of manager Alan Walden. Securing a chance to record a demo with Jimmy Johnson in 1970, their early recordings didn't garner significant interest from record labels. The band was offered a contract with Capricorn Records, but worried that Skynyrd would forever be under the shadow of the Allman Brothers at the label, the band returned to the daily grind of one-nighters on the Southern bar circuit. Their breakthrough came in 1973 during a residency at Finicchio's in Atlanta, where they were discovered by Al Cooper. With a record deal from MCA subsidiary Sounds of the South, they teamed up with Cooper to produce their debut album, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. The album marked the beginning of their ascent to fame, featuring iconic tracks like Gimme 3 Steps, Simple Man, and the legendary guitar anthem, Freebird. Rossington's iconic guitar and instrument of choice was a 1959 Gibson Les Paul, acquired from a woman whose boyfriend had left her along with his instrument. Naming it Bernice, after his beloved mother, Gary formed a deep bond with the guitar. Alongside the Les Paul, he also utilized several Gibson SGs, leading to the later release of a signature model, the Gary Rossington SG, Les Paul, by Gibson's Custom Shop. Throughout his career, he favored Marshall and PV amplifiers to complement his powerful sound. Following their chart-topping success with hits like Sweet Home Alabama, Saturday Night Special, Gimme Back My Bullets, What's Your Name, and Let's Smell, Lynyrd Skynyrd's journey was studded with gold and platinum albums. Their unforgettable performances became legendary over the years, from opening for The Who to electrifying audiences across Europe. The iconic Torture Tour of 1975, marked by the addition of guitarist Steve Gaines, and the acclaimed live album One More from the Road, captured the essence of Skynyrd's powerful stage presence. Their historic performance at the Nebworth Fair in '76 further solidified their status as rock icons. In 1976, Rossington and fellow Lynyrd Skynyrd guitarist Alan Collins were both involved in separate car accidents in their hometown of Jacksonville. Rossington had just purchased a new Ford Torino and crashed into an oak tree while under the influence of alcohol and drugs. The band had to postpone a scheduled tour, and Rossington was fined $5,000 for the delay caused to the band's schedule. The song, That Smell, penned by Ronnie Van Zant and Alan Collins, was inspired by the accident and Rossington's state of impairment at the time. On October 20th, 1977, Lynyrd Skynyrd's music was dominating the airwaves, with their latest album, Street Survivors, receiving praise from both critics and fans alike. The band's ambitious new tour had just begun, with sold-out shows and enthusiastic crowds. However, tragedy struck when their plane crashed 6,000 feet above a Mississippi swamp, bringing an abrupt end to their journey. On October 20th, 1977, tragedy struck when Lynyrd Skynyrd's chartered Convair 240 airplane crashed into a swamp near Macomb, Mississippi. Rossington was one of the 20 passengers who survived the crash, which claimed the lives of several band members, including Ronnie Van Zant, Steve Gaines, Cassie Gaines, road manager Dean Kilpatrick, and seriously injured the rest of the band and crew. As the plane descended, Rossington recalled the terrifying sound like hundreds of baseball bats hitting the plane as it striking trees, eventually losing consciousness until he awoke on the ground with injuries. Despite sustaining severe injuries, including broken legs, arms, wrists, feet, pelvic bone, and ribs, with steel rods in his right arm and leg, Rossington eventually recovered from the ordeal. The crash marked a fateful and tragic end to the iconic band's journey. Despite his physical recovery, Rossington faced another significant challenge in the aftermath of the plane crash, battling serious drug addiction. His heavy dependence on pain medication during the recovery process led to years of struggle with addiction. Following years of recovery, Rossington and Alan Collins, both survivors of the tragic plane crash, felt ready to embark on a new musical journey. They began planning a new band, enlisting fellow skinhead survivors Billy Powell and Leon Wilkson, along with other local musicians. However, the choice of a lead vocalist posed a challenge. Instead of opting for a lesser male vocalist imitating Ronnie Van Zant, they made a wise decision by selecting Dale Krantz, a bold and whiskey-voiced female backup singer from 38 Special. The Rossington Collins Band burst onto the scene in 1980 with their debut album, Anytime, Anyplace, Anywhere. Fueled by hits like Get Away and Don't Misunderstand Me, the album soared to success, selling over 1 million copies and drawing enthusiastic, sold-out crowds on tour. However, their follow-up effort in 1981 faced challenges in the marketplace despite positive critical reception. The band encountered a series of setbacks and pressures. Alan Collins suffered the loss of his wife during a miscarriage, leading to the cancellation of their 1980 tour. Rossington then broke his foot, further delaying the tour for 6 months. Additionally, Rossington and Dale Krantz, the band's lead vocalist, fell in love, adding another layer of complexity to the band dynamic. In May 1982, Gary and Dale tied the knot and retreated to a log house near the National Elk Refuge in the Grand Teton Mountains, seeking respite and the opportunity to start a family. After a 4-year break, Rossington and Dale returned with a new band and album in 1986. Their album, Return to the Scene of the Crime, maintained a guitar-driven rock vibe, but departed from Skynyrd's classic sound. As the 10th anniversary of the crash approached, calls for a Skynyrd reunion grew louder. Initially hesitant, Rossington eventually joined in to ensure the reunion was handled with care. Bringing together crash survivors and Ed King, finding replacements for Ronnie Van Zant and Steve Gaines, was challenging. Still, the band reunited for the first time in a decade at the 1987 Charlie Daniels Volunteer Jam. The Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band launched a 3-year tour after their appearance, featuring beloved classics that remained incredibly popular. Concluding their set with the iconic Freebird, transformed into a poignant eulogy for Ronnie Van Zant, the band evoked deep emotions from both themselves and the audience, symbolized by Ronnie's hat on an empty mic stand under a single spotlight. As the tribute tour progressed, the band faced the question of introducing new material. Initially conceived as a tribute, it soon became an integral part of the band's future. Following introspection by Rossington, the band released their first new material in 14 years, with Lynyrd Skynyrd and its successor, The Last Rebel. These albums, featuring original songs in true Skynyrd style, ranged from high-energy rockers to heartfelt ballads. The full reunion of Skynyrd thrilled their devoted fan base, kicking off with celebratory shows at Atlanta's Fox Theater, marking the 20th anniversary of their debut album. Subsequently, they embarked on a tour spanning America and Europe, including an all-acoustic album of Skinhead classics and numerous sold-out performances. A new era dawned for a band with a timeless legacy. Rossington took charge in December 1995, returning to the Fox Theater to debut Freebird the Movie, solidifying Skinhead's rock and roll legacy. The film, featuring their iconic 1976 Knee Bee, with fair performance and intimate behind-the-scenes footage, stands as a definitive tribute to one of America's greatest rock bands. Until his passing in 2023, Rossington remained an integral part of Lynyrd Skynyrd. Following the death of bassist Larry Johnstrom in 2019, Rossington became the sole surviving original member of the band. Personally, Rossington experienced 2 marriages in his lifetime. His first marriage was to Martha Claire Millen on September 10, 1977, which concluded in divorce on June 12, 1980. His second marriage was to his bandmate Dale Krantz Rossington on July 13, 1982, lasting until his passing. Together, they had 2 daughters named Mary and Annie. At the time of his passing, Rossington had 3 grandchildren, Morgan, Jackson, and Abigail. On October 8, 2015, Rossington experienced a heart attack, leading to the cancellation of 2 Lynyrd Skynyrd concerts. In July 2021, he underwent emergency heart surgery. Tragically, on March 5, 2023, Rossington passed away at his home in Milton, Georgia, surrounded by his family. The exact cause of his death remains undisclosed. And there you have it. As we reflect on the life of Gary Rossington, we celebrate not only his contributions to music, but also the indelible mark he left on the hearts of fans worldwide. Though he may have left us, his spirit and music continue to inspire generations, ensuring that his legacy lives on forever. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more music icons just like this. Take care and bye for now.